Josiah Gray to face off with this lineup for the Angels, penned out by their new manager, Joe Madden, with David Fletcher to lead things off at third base. Anthony Rendon nursing an oblique injury. They are concerned about his status for opening day. Definitely not available tonight. Trout hits second, roams center field. Then it's Shohei Ohtani out of the 3 spot doing the DHing. The cleanup man is Justin Upton with Tommy La Stella, an all-star last year at second base, hitting 5th. Albert Pujols out of the 6th spot. He's the first baseman. And right field is Brian Goodwin. Max Stassi does the catching. And the Gold Glover Andrelton Simmons out of the 9th spot. Josiah Gray, 22 years old, from New Rochelle, New York. Drafted by the Cincinnati Reds. He came to the Dodgers in that big trade with Cincinnati that sent Puig and Kemp and Wood to the Reds, and what a deal that's wound up being. The Dodgers also got Jeter Downs in that deal. Jeter Downs was a key piece to Boston in the Mookie Betts trade, so they get Betts in that regard. They also get this guy who comes over, and he's the minor league pitcher of the year for the Dodgers last year across 3 different levels.
A hardworking, mature kid. You're not going to find a nicer kid in the Dodger organization, and he is a top prospect. That fastball will go 93 to 95. He has touched 97, and from a little bit of a low arm angle, has a very nice spin rate and a very big swing and miss pitch for him. Also an outstanding changeup to back up that fastball, a slider, and a curveball that Mark Prior has been seeing in this Summer Camp 2.0 that he really thinks could develop into a weapon.
So everybody goes away for a few months after we're all together during spring training. Some guys work on one thing, others work on another. Well, he shows up with that curveball you're talking about, and the reaction is like, wait a minute, where did that thing come from? Let's focus on that one, because the fastball and the changeup really good, but for Josiah to be the starter that he wants to be, they're encouraging him to really develop a third pitch, have a breaking pitch step forward as another option. He's going to have a nice test tonight against a good Angels lineup. First one to Fletcher is a strike, and off we go. Started last season in low A. Josiah Gray did, climbed to high A and then to double A. 11-2 with a 228 across those 3 levels. Fly ball to center field. Cody Bellinger, 1 away. And now Josiah Gray. Here's Mike Trout for you.
One of the ultimate yardsticks for a young pitcher, and it will get your heartbeat beating a little faster.
Trout, you may have read, has his first child due in August. Wife Jessica due with a boy. Reported to summer camp, publicly unsure if he was going to go through with playing. Take strike 1. Daily conversations between him and Jessica. He's decided, at least thus far, to go through with it. Extra cautious, though. He's even been practicing with a mask for some of the camp. It does still expect to go away for the birth of the child. And then there's no real rule in place for how that works in terms of how you have to be quarantined after you go away and then come back in. There is no guideline for that yet. As he's ahead of Gray 2-1. One big conversation he said with Joe Madden right when he arrived. To kind of let him know where his head was at with everything. The Angels, some relief that he's sticking around at least thus far. 2-2. There's Joe. Signed a 3-year contract. Be the new manager. An organization that he was with for a long time before he got his first managing gig with Tampa Bay, and then to the Cubs. A long-time minor league manager, minor league coach for the Angels, and then a base coach and a bench coach. Gray to Trout with a 3-2. It's inside ball 4, and Trout the first base runner of the night.
It's an interesting at bat for Josiah, because with Trout's great eye there. He's got great movement on the pitch. And in minor leagues, I think he'd have a strikeout there or an easy out. But in the big leagues, that's a walk.
From one great measuring stick to another here in Shohei Ohtani. The Rookie of the Year in 2018. 22 home runs as a designated hitter and an ERA around 3 as a starting pitcher. One of a kind. He plans to be a full two-way player this season. Started 19 like that, or started 18 like that. He had elbow surgery at the end of 18, and so 19 was exclusively as a DH. It was probably going to be as a DH to open this season had it started in late March. A few months allowed the elbow to heal up completely. And the plan is, Oral, pretty similar to what he did in Japan. That is to start on Sundays and then have a few days where he is in the lineup.
It'll be very interesting to see how the wear and tear is, but it is not the 162 game season, just the 60 game season. But this guy there is no joke on either side of the ball. And we've seen the bat play over here in the MLB, but the arm is legit.
Over the outside corner, and it's 1-1.
The transition from Japan the last 2 years, right around 17.5 at bats for every home run. The last 2 years here in MLB, about 17.5 at bats for every home run. So the transition has been very smooth with the bat.
On a 1-1 pitch, Ohtani takes it high.
And BP today hit one off the end of the bat and it reached the base of the wall in right field. The next swing, he got it. And it went almost out of the stadium.
He's got Trout at first, one away here in the first inning. Here comes Gray with a 2-1. That's ball 3. Yeah, put it up all the way to the top of the pavilion. Now how about our camera crew shooting BP?
Right over the 1962 sign, almost clipped the roof and got out of here.
Only a few guys have ever done that in a game. Hit it out at Dodger Stadium over the pavilion. That's a strike, and the count goes to 3-2. He once punctured a hole in a dome.
He's when the ball would reach the top of the dome, it wouldn't have a lot
still
of velocity.
Accelerating when he hit it. Yeah, that may have become like a legend. You know, who knows how true that is, but I kind of like it. True or not. Good lead for Trout, not running on a 3-2, and Ohtani slices a fly to left center field. Bellinger to the warning track. He's at the wall with just enough room. Trout back to first, 2 gone.
Left field number 10, Justin Upton.
And with each guy that comes up here, even in a lineup without Anthony Rendon, you're reminded, Oral, as Justin Upton stands in, how good of an offensive club this is going to be.
4 runs has been the magic number for a lot of big league teams, and the Angels are very good at achieving that number. They need a pitching staff that can hold up to that number to really turn their record around.
And that remains the question going into 2020. They went big game hunting during the offseason for starting pitchers. They really wanted Garrett Cole. They really wanted Steven Strasburg. They had to run at Zach Wheeler. Didn't get any of those guys, and so that's when they adjusted and went after Anthony Rendon. Strengthen their strength instead of addressing their weakness. 1-0. little bit up. 2 balls and no strikes on Upton.
Joe Madden didn't risk Mike Trout's health on the 3-2 pitch with Ohtani up there and 1 out. And I think they're pretty much at home with the fact that he can just rest over there at first base and move up if Justin Upton puts it in play. But other than that, they're not going to risk injury with Mike Trout.
Gray comes home with a 2-0. Upton pops it up. Left side of the infield. And despite the walk to Trout, no damage done against Gray in the first. The Dodgers come to bat for the first time after this.
Summer Camp Game telecasts on MLB Network are presented by MasterCard.
Welcome back. Oh, yeah, man, how you doing? You good? I know you like that. I know you like that. How long you been back, man? You know you like that. You know you like that. You know you like that.
I love Made In. I love what Made In represents. With the product, you could tell that there's extreme craftsmanship.
You would think a pan is a pan until Made In came along, and I went, wow, these things are something better.
The pots and pans that I'm using on an everyday basis are going to create wonderful products in my kitchen.
Those are the pans that we use at Alinea. We're going to have the best pans in the world at one of the best restaurants in the world.
She definitely made him tiger food, right? I mean, you guys are.
What's up, guys?
Oh my God! Orange, why are you naked?
Oh, God. Is my camera on?
I'll never unsee this.
Okay, hold on. How's that? Florida's finest, baby.
Motorcycle riders love the open road, and Geico loves helping riders get to where they're going. So to help even more, Geico is giving new and current customers a 15% credit on their motorcycle policies with the Geico Give Back. And because we're committed for the long haul, the credit lasts your full policy term. The Geico Give Back, helping riders focus on the road ahead.
Catch Twins, Cubs, Wednesday Summer Camp Baseball at 8 Eastern.
Max Muncy ready to lead things off for the Dodgers tonight with Mookie Betts getting the final game of the exhibition schedule off. So it's Muncy at first base leading off. Turner slides up to second. Bellinger slides up to third. A.J. Pollock hitting cleanup tonight and doing the DHing. Seager is at short. He's hitting fifth. Taylor's in left. Peterson in right. Kike Hernandez at second and Barnes doing the catching. All against Felix Pena, who's 30 years old now, originally from the Dominican Republic, hoping to see some starts early on this season, depending on how the Angels construct their pitching staff. There's some thought that they may go to a 6-man staff, and if so, there's a good shot Pena will be part of it.
His out pitch is his slider. He can get a lot of swing and miss. And really, for him to graduate to the next level, it's bringing along another pitch, looking for that third weapon. But as a long man, when he is healthy and when he is a little bit frisky as far as rested, he has been pretty doggone good.
His first pitch of the night is on the outside corner for a strike. One of the ways that he helped maintain, in your words, the friskiness is he started eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches between innings, protein bars between innings. As things really started to dip for him in terms of velocity and pitch characteristics the longer he'd get into games, and he found that as he started to eat between innings, he wasn't wearing down anymore. He really had things going before tearing his ACL early August last year. So he had to have surgery, and like several guys on this Angels squad, benefited from the delay to the start of the season. There's going to be some questions where he was at coming off of the knee surgery had the season started in March, but fully ready to go here in July. Pena delivers 1-2. That gets Muncy with a back foot slider.
Here's number 10, Justin Turner.
Hitters in the league last year hit .092 on that slider when he threw it with 2 strikes. That is definitely his put-away pitch, and that one was buried on Max Muncy.
Up comes Turner. It's fun finding him sitting out in the home run seats last night.
It was.
He was blown away by the view. Major League third baseman who has as good of a view as anybody said it was like being on the field sitting in those seats. First pitch slider and strike 1.
He had to do something while he was waiting for dinner to be made. That's why he said he was out there looking to kill time. Supper in the locker room was not ready yet. There's the live cardboard cutout.
Well, he sent a text to both of us and said you should announce the games from out here, and it was a picture from his vantage point. And we were scanning out there trying to find him, and we couldn't find him because he didn't look any different than a cardboard cutout from that far away. On a 2-1 pitch, that is outside, and it goes to 3-1 on Turner.
It was the first time that I've been involved in a FaceTime phone call.
Mid-game like that with a player?
Yeah, with a player that had already played in the game.
That's a walk, and the Dodgers have their first base runner.
The 2-hole hitters in this game so far getting a little respect. Mike Trout with a walk, and now Justin Turner.
So up comes Bellinger. 4 for 7 with 5 RBIs so far in the exhibition schedule. A grand slam in the first inning on Sunday night.
I don't know about you, but every time he comes up, I look to see if there's any subtle adjustments.
And doesn't it appear that there's a little bit of subtle adjustment back to where he's always been each night, a little more in that direction?
The feet are almost both in neutral position at back foot, just a little bit pigeon-toed now.
You could see the entire number on his back to begin summer camp. But like you said, it's all kind of window dressing, and it's all about feel. It gets to the same exact place eventually.
A little twist there to load that back hip. Trying to keep the front side in and then have the back side ready to explode when he wants it to.
You talked about it off of the top, but what a wonderful time to be a baseball fan in Southern California, whether you're a Dodger fan or an Angel fan. These star players on both rosters took a big rip there, came up empty, 2-2. Not even including Ohtani, Southern California is home to 4 of the top 10 players in baseball in terms of WAR from last year. Bellinger 1, Trout 5, Betts 8, Rendon 10, plus Ohtani. Hard hit and a diving stop by Pujols, who puts his glove in the bag for the out. 40-year-old in his 20th season making a nice play there.
I don't care how old you are, that ball gets on you in a hurry when you're 90 feet away and it's hit that hard. That's fantastic at 40 years old to have that reaction time and get the glove right in the middle.
And we talk about the stars of now, that it's so fun to watch, but for a long stretch there was nobody on his level. 6 consecutive years he rated out as the most valuable player in the National League. Didn't win the MVP each time, but the stats said he was the most valuable. Only player in the history of the National League that's done that 6 years in a row. Of course, his time with the Cardinals. Turner at second with 2 gone. Here's A.J. Pollock, and there's ball 1. Generous inside corner there. Ball and a strike.
When Albert was on that streak, would you have ever thought he'd play on a team where there might be a better player at the end of his career? You know, Albert's going to play someday with some guy that's going to end up being better than him. It's going to be a coin toss, isn't it?
And not even at the end of his career. I mean, he would have been when Trout broke in and then Pujols came over. Back half, yeah, but
I'm thinking at the end of both of their careers when you compare the stats.
Oh, yeah, right. Definitely not.
You know, you go, okay, Albert over the whole length of his career and Mike Trout over the whole length of his career. Who's going to be better?
Both Hall of Famers, no question about that.
It's a battle for Mount Rushmore, not Hall of Fame.
How inner circle are you going to be? Pollock able to stay alive.
Could be the same conversation about Cody Bellinger and Mookie Betts if they both continue on. Who knows? They keep going and going and going.
We had MLB Network on in here tonight, and they were picking their MVPs and their end of year awards. Tom Verducci chose Cody Bellinger, and Ron Darling chose Mookie Betts. I didn't see who Ron's Cy Young was, but Tom Verducci's Cy Young winner was Walker Buehler.
There was a third analyst. Somebody might have picked Corey Seager.
That's in there for strike 3, and the inning is over. To the second we go, no score.
Look, Limu, someone out there needs help customizing their car insurance with Liberty Mutual, so they only pay for what they need. False alarm. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Does learning a language feel like this?
No habla español? Hablo. It's hablo? Yes. It's hablo.
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
Since my husband is from Guatemala, I'll apply what I've learned in the Babbel app to our real-life situations.
The app is so easy to use and it's so practical. It helps you learn things that you will actually need.
Hoy es miércoles. Y el clima está muy bueno afuera.
Language for life. Go to Babbel.com and try for free.
Introducing Budweiser Zero. 0% alcohol, 0 grams of sugar. Full Budweiser flavor. A refreshing alcohol-free brew that tastes like the real thing. Budweiser Zero. Zero compromise.
Spectrum Mobile is now the fastest growing mobile provider in the nation, growing faster than Verizon and AT&T, and even growing faster than T-Mobile. It's easy to see why. Spectrum delivers the fastest overall speeds and is the most reliable mobile service coast to coast. There are no contracts, added taxes, or fees. Switch and you could save up to 40% and see why Spectrum Mobile is the fastest growing mobile provider. Learn more at spectrummobile.com.
I'm a performer. Always have been and always will be. Never letting anything get in my way. Not the doubts, distractions, or voice in my head. And certainly not arthritis. New Voltaren provides powerful arthritis pain relief to help me keep moving. And it can help you too. Feel the joy of movement with Voltaren.
Josiah Gray on the hill for his second inning of work. And Joe and Oral, you guys were just talking about Tom Verducci picking Walker Buehler as the Cy Young in the National League this year. And Walker Buehler was asked about that today, about the analyst picking him for that. And he kind of just shrugged it off. And he was very professional about it. But honestly, he said, you know what, I haven't even really pitched in a game yet. And Walker Buehler is expected to pitch in that first game, likely against Houston. He said he's about an inning or two behind the other starters. Basically took a week off during this COVID period. Wasn't sure exactly what the schedule was going to be, but said he didn't go rogue. They had conversations about his throwing program and his work ethic. He's very excited, obviously, about getting going, and the work ethic was never an issue for this guy. They know what he can do. They know what he's capable of doing, and he's looking forward to getting out there the first game on the road and, of course, against the Astros, guys.
Okay, Alana, and very likely with Dustin May to follow him in that game. So you combine the length of the two. No real worry about the fact that Buehler's not as built up. Tommy La Stella leading off this second against Josiah Gray, and a 2-1 count. La Stella out of the middle of nowhere, an all-star last year. And his first year with the Angels. Lifts this ball to right field. Sends Jock Peterson back to the warning track, to the wall. Gone. He had 10 home runs in his first 5 major league seasons. He had 16 in 80 games last year. And he's got 1 here in the second.
First baseman number 5, Albert.
Tommy! That boy guard. Tommy!
Fastball in the inner half, and he just drops the head on it. Chuck thought he had a shot when it left the bat, but at the end it was out.
It's strike 1 on Pujols. How about that? From 10 home runs in a 5-year span to 16 and a half season. I know the ball was jumpy, but my gosh. Tommy said that's the kind of hitter that he always intended to be. It's just when he got called up to the majors for the first time, it was to replace Dan Uggla, who was a powerful guy, but a lot of swing and miss, and they wanted something different. So he tried to focus on bat to ball instead of really cutting it loose and trying to hit with authority. That's a breaking pitch that Pujols can't hang off of. And Josiah Gray, K's Albert Pujols.
Right fielder number 18, Brian Goodwin.
Little slide piece here. On the check swing, it could have been a called strike too. Got both ways.
One gone. Here comes Brian Goodwin. Just to wrap up the discussion about La Stella, he tries to fill a role when he gets called up to the majors for the first time to Atlanta, and played that role, then goes to the Cubs, and he's mostly a pinch hitter. And so it's hard to, with spot duty, really settle into a rhythm. And he looked at each opportunity as one where he really had to come through, and instead of trying to do damage, he was just trying to get a base hit. Then he changed his stance too, went back to his college stance going into last year. Combine that with an opportunity to play most days, he took off. A lot of people said, who is this dude? But he said, it's me. I'm just finally being me. Two on to Brian Goodwin. Bottom falls out of it, 2-2.
That's the curveball. We haven't seen much of it, but boy, is that a weapon right there from Gray. Slider going a little bit more right to left with a little bit of depth. That curveball taking the speed off. Really dropped. There's another one.
Yeah, the college shortstop Josiah Gray able to field him and throw him out. They did both at Division II Lemoyne. Early on, it was mostly shortstop.
Number 33, Max.
In fact, it wasn't until his junior year that he was full-time part of the rotation there.
Great athleticism. You're not like an infielder when you finish as a pitcher. You've got to put everything you can into the pitch. It's not like in the olden days in the Spalding Guide to How to Play Baseball where you want to end up and land square. It's put everything you can to get the batter out, the best pitch, and then figure out how to field from there. And he sure was really good at the calculation.
Max Stassi, the Angels catcher, takes strike 1.
Mostly fastballs in the first inning from Gray. But now showing the slider and the curveball a little bit more.
Another breaking ball behind 2-1.
The natural movement on his fastball is that kind of lower arm angle four-seamer that kind of tails in and rides up on a right-handed hitter. And then with that curveball with a 10-mile-an-hour speed differential and a different break, there's the fastball, and you see that tailing action which wants to ride in on a righty. It's a good differential between those two pitches, not only in the movement but in the velocity.
Full count.
So you told the story about Ohtani busting through the roof.
Yeah,
it's true. Galen Carr, one of our super scouts, and Dave Finley were at the game, and he just texted me. We were there.
See, I don't make stuff up.
I like the legend part too, though.
Maybe he did it twice. Punctured a hole in the roof. Seventh pitch coming here to Stassi. A 1-0 game in the second. Yanks one up the middle past Seager, base hit. 2-out single for Stassi, keeps the inning alive for Simmons.
Shortstop, number 2, Anthony Simmons.
Normally with an 8-hitter, you go, wow, he gets to turn the lineup over, and pitchers are all mad that pitcher's not going to lead off next inning. But with the DH, not only with the Angels, of course, but now the Dodgers, it's just one continuous circle of hitters.
Gray to Simmons in the dirt ball one. Andrelton Simmons looking for a bounce back season. He really put together a couple complete years where he added some pretty good offense with his otherworldly defense in 17 and 18. But then last year dealt with an ankle injury much of the year. Wasn't himself even defensively. And the offensive numbers dropped off from where they had increased to in the previous couple of years. Added motivation for him too. He'll be a free agent at the end of the year. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Most of these breaking balls by Josiah are not starting as strikes. He's got very good characteristics to them, but they're for balls. And the key in development is to be able to have the best characteristics in the strike zone also, or at least starting as a strike for a good 3/4 of the way to home plate.
A pop fly. Foul ground third base side. Turner calls off Barnes and ends the inning. Solo home run to start the inning from Tommy La Stella. A 1-0 lead for the Angels.
Red, white, and berry. Give me that cherry. Citrus, blue raspberry. That's why we said blue raspberry. Look out the weather, better grab a salsa. It's red, white, and berry season.
I'm a big bacon guy.
Big bacon boy.
Yeah, a big bacon boy.
Yeah.
That's great bacon.
It's good bacon. It's crispy bacon. I like crispy bacon.
Very crispy.
The BBLT.
This is great.
That's a killer deal, man.
Yeah, great amount of bacon on this thing.
Dear MS, when we first met,
I thought you'd control every part of me.
Overwhelm me.
Define me.
But I found a way to give myself more space.
I met Ocrevus, an infusion treatment that's 2 times a year for adults with relapsing or primary progressive forms of multiple sclerosis. Ocrevus is proven effective in reducing relapses in RMS and slowing disability progression in RMS and PPMS.
Don't take Ocrevus if you've had a life-threatening allergic reaction to it, or if you have hepatitis B. Tell your doctor about vaccinations, or if you've had Hep B, as it could come back. Ocrevus can cause infusion reactions that may require hospitalization. It can increase your risk of infections. While no cases of PML were reported in clinical trials, it could happen. An increased risk of cancer, including breast cancer, may exist. Infusion reactions and infections are the most common side effects.
Sorry, MS. You don't get to control every part of me.
MS can't own us.
Ask your doctor about 2 times a year Ocrevus.
Ready or not.
Gillette ProGlide and ProGlide Gel. 5 blades and a pivoting flex ball designed to get virtually every hair on the first stroke while washing away dirt and oil. So you're ready for the day with a clean shave and a clean face.
Your new Honda is ready to go. Like the Pilot or Passport. Get a great deal on the Passport at the Honda Summer Clearance event today.
Corey Seager to lead off this second for the Dodgers against Felix Pena. He slashes the first pitch that he sees into left center. Oh my goodness. 5 for 6 with a walk in these 3 games. And if you combine these numbers with the numbers from the intra-squad scrimmage, I mean, what's he hitting, like 700?
Yes, he is. It's laughable, but you know what? It doesn't look like it's going to stop. Don't tell him when the regular season starts. Just let him stay in this groove.
So the leadoff man on for Taylor as the Dodgers try to write the same script that they wrote the first 2 games where they fell behind on an early solo home run before exploding for 21 runs in the 2 games combined.
That would be a good little question to ask the fans, ask us. Will the Dodgers get shut out this year? With this lineup, we might not.
So if you set the over-under at a half.
Right. You're getting the hang of this gambling stuff.
Well, I'm around you enough.
You put the hook on it.
Yeah. Taylor had a big part of last night's offensive explosion. In the 2 games, 3 for 5 with a home run, and he's driven in 5. This part of the order right here, Taylor and Peterson led the way last night. Drove in 8 runs between the 2 of them. Other than 2. It's a lot of facial hair. And then a mustache pops up right in front of the camera. Here comes Pena's 0-2.
If you read the scouting report against Pena, most of the time he likes to default to the slider with 2 strikes. And the 0-2 pitch was a fastball. So if I'm Chris Taylor and have studied it, I'm in the back of my mind thinking I might get a slider. Fastball in.
But a miss is down. Chris last year was really good against fastballs, especially low fastballs, but struggled against everything else: curveballs, sliders, off speed. Below 200 against non-fastballs. On a 2-2 pitch, he got that slider and took it in the dirt to run the count full.
With no out and the 3-2 count, thinking you might be able to get a strike them out, throw them out if they start the runner. Would you throw another slider? I would think about it. I'd like that pressure right here, a 3-2 slider to get ready for the regular season. Good time to practice it if you're on the mound.
Something he loves to do. On a 3-2, it's a fastball and it's foul.
Fastball in. Could be the kind of thing that they're going strength against strength, or Pena is just out there working on what he needs to improve on, not worrying about the scouting report or what he would normally default to for comfort and effectiveness.
Another payoff pitch. He went to the slider and Taylor took it for ball 4. So the first 2 reach here in the second.
Right fielder number 31, Josh Peterson.
2 on, nobody out. Up comes Jock Peterson, who was so sure that he was going to be an Angel, that he was an Angel, that he was placing orders for red shoes. The trade had been announced that it was Jock Peterson and Ross Stripling going to the Angels. And then soon after it was announced, it fell through. And here he is, and here Stripling is, ready to start game 2 of the season.
If you're size 11.5 and you want some red shoes, right, Jock?
He's a sneakerhead. You could be
follow him on Instagram. Yeah. You see them all.
Whatever size, well, probably not whatever size Jock is. He's got whatever color you're looking for.
He just got 3 pair of like neon green and pink. They were on the
recently.
Gram. Yeah, they took a picture of all 3. Did you hear that? I'm a 61-year-old on the gram.
Sweet. Hit me up in the DMs, buddy.
Okay. You take a long time to return my DMs. I don't know.
Do I?
Yeah. I would compliment you, or hey, the kids look cute.
Those aren't DMs. Those are just public comments.
The ones where they go directly to you, like
those are direct.
Like, okay, they're out in the public airways. When I say you took the video of like Charlotte walking down the block, and I said, oh, she looked really cute. I don't know.
I don't remember that specific.
I'm talking
entry.
On the gram. Oh, see, that's you haven't returned my message.
You got to slide in the DMs a little more often.
Okay.
2 balls, 1 strike on Jock. You've been a little more active on there.
I'm trying to be, because I feel so bad for the fans not being here. I'm like, I got to give them a little more access and time.
Pictures of your lunch.
That's a big one. I wasn't giving Dana any pub other than on what I put, so I had to start going now at Dana Hershiser. Now maybe she get some followers.
Nice. A 2-1 pitch. Peterson with a huge rip. 2-2. Home run in last night's game gave the Dodgers the lead in the same spot in the bottom of the second inning. Tried to do the same right there. On a 2-2, Peterson chops one to second. Estella pivots and goes to second 1. That's all they'll get. So they're at the corners with 1 away.
Second baseman number 14, Kike Hernandez.
Peter Hernandez trying to get involved in the offensive party over these few games. Still looking for his first hit. He's gone 0 for 5 with 3 Ks. Prior to these exhibition games, though, is one of the stars of the intra-squad games. And, of course, the news of Gavin Lux being sent to the minor league camp with the second site. That's positive news for Kike Hernandez. Means more time for him at second base. Snaps into the zone, strike one. Kike started last season as the second baseman in somewhat of a regular role, and has said that he didn't think that he channeled that as well as he should have. Didn't want to call it pressure, but didn't channel the opportunity the way that he would have liked. Now in this case, just because Lux is not part of the equation to start the season doesn't mean that it's just Kike at second. Taylor will see time there. Muncy could see some time there. Pena's 1-1. Lifted to left center field. Upton is back on it and watches it hit the base of the wall. So Hernandez with his first hit of these 3 games, and it drives home a pair to put the Dodgers in front.
Always good when you hit a ball like this that it's not an atom ball. And it ends up in the gap, and it ends up being a 2-run double. Kike, through some of his slumps over the last few years, was coming out of that, but not getting what he deserved as he hit the ball hard. He would hit a lot of atom balls, and that just made it just snowball as far as the slumps.
Well, just like each of the first 2 games, an early solo home run puts him in a little hole, and they quickly respond. Here's Barnes, jammed behind first Pujols for the out, for the second out.
For 13, Max Muncy.
Back to the top of the order, here's Muncy. Two hits, 2 walks, 4 runs scored over the first 2 games. There's a pickoff throw to second and a pretty close play. We talk about Kike playing second base, of course. Muncy getting some time there. Most of Muncy's starts last season came at second, but most of his time this year will come at first. One and 0.
Even with all the flexibility in the Dodger defense last year, the #1 defensive team in the National League.
Ground ball, well-positioned Simmons to retire the side, but a 2-run double from Kike Hernandez, and the Dodgers lead it 2-1.
Devin, did you know Geico is now offering an extra 15% credit on car and motorcycle policies?
Okay.
That's 15% on top of what Geico could already save you. So what are you waiting for? DJ Khaled to be your motivational coach?
Yo, Devin, remember to brush in a circle motion. Thank you, DJ Khaled. Tiny circles, Devin. Do another one. Another one. Is this good? Put in that work, Devin. Don't give up.
Geico. Save an extra 15% when you switch by October 7th.
You would think a pan is a pan until Made In came along, and I went, wow, these things are something better.
Those are the pans that we use at Alinea, at one of the best restaurants in the world.
It's built for a home cook like me, but fit for Alinea like him.
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won.
Hey guys, book club week 1. Here we go. Did everybody read the book?
Nope.
No.
I read it, Captain. I read it. It was amazing. It opened my eyes. Nah, I was just joking. I don't have eyes.
Great book club, guys.
No, I can't read, Captain.
Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. Yeah, we tease.
Welcome back, America. It sure is good to see you.
Top of the order to face Josiah Gray here in the 3rd. Mentioned Josiah, a two-way player at Lemoyne College, which is in upstate New York. It was his only offer coming out of high school. Pours in strike 1 to David Fletcher. Threw high 80s when he arrived, but wasn't any kind of prospect. And he got bigger, he got stronger. Velocity came with it. A couple successful stints in collegiate summer leagues. Even with that, though, he was a closer as a sophomore, but it wasn't until he was a junior at Lemoyne that he was part of the rotation. That's only 3 years ago. Flipped into right center field. There's Bellinger to run it down for the first out of the 3rd. He was drafted in 2018 in the 2nd round by the Cincinnati Reds. And then a year later, on his 21st birthday, he's getting around to going to New York City to celebrate with his girlfriend and his friends, and the phone rings. He'd been traded. What a way to find out. What a time to find out. Ready to go out on your birthday and celebrate. Okay, life's changed.
A little bit.
Strike 1 on Trout.
Not just a year older.
Trout walked his first time.
Without Summer Camp 2.0, Josiah might not have gotten to see Dodger Stadium and get used to this atmosphere. Some of these young guys that wouldn't have made maybe the trip for the Freeway Series. You know, spring training would end, they've been sent to the minor leagues and didn't get to come and pitch in this atmosphere. See how he can do against the big leaguers. He might make such a big impression, he might end up in this stadium sometime this year.
Wouldn't that be something for a guy who made his college rotation 3 years ago? Count evens at 2-2 on Trout. And who started last season in low A. Made it look easy. Did the same in high A, which is not easy to do. The Cal League is a noted hitters league. He was dominant there. And then to Double A Tulsa. More the same there.
A little bit of the Brock Stewart pattern. Maybe stay a little longer.
Similar to Brock Stewart in that he was a position player in college. On a payoff pitch, Trout rolls it weakly to 3rd. Justin Turner. How good did that have to feel for Josiah Gray to induce soft contact from him?
And that fastball ate Mike Trout up. I mean, it started like it was going to be center cut, and it just rode in on him and jammed him. Mike did everything he could to get the baseball off of him, pulling the bat in as far as he could, and it still jammed him. Center cut, inner half. Oh no, on my fists.
So he's done that to Mike Trout, and on 3 pitches, he struck out Albert Pujols. A pinch yourself kind of night for Josiah Gray, who now has the bottom fall out on Shohei Ohtani, inducing a swing and a miss.
'87 and spiked. I got to believe that was an attempt at a changeup.
2-1.
Ohtani flew out to the base of the wall out there and left center on that kind of a fastball right there. It's good to see. Throw him almost the same pitch, and he's a little late on it. Slowed him down with the slider that he made him jump rope on the pitch before, and then went hard away. He's going to try and get him out with. Change up.
Change up again.
Pretty good storybook if you get the guy out that hit a ball through the roof of the Tokyo Dome after getting Mike Trout to ground out to third. See how it ends.
3-2. Got him looking on the outside corner. He missed his spot, but caught the corner in the opinion of Malachi Moore behind home plate.
Holy mother of thin. Look what we did. We made it thin.
How is this possible, you ask?
It's not, but we done it anyway.
Reese's Thins. Not sorry.
Introducing Budweiser Zero. 0% alcohol, 0 grams of sugar. Full Budweiser flavor. A refreshing alcohol-free brew that tastes like the real thing. Budweiser Zero. Zero compromise.
And Doug.
You know, Limu, after all these years, it's the ones that got away that haunt me the most. Because you're not like everybody else. That's why Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance. So you only pay for what you need.
What?
Oh, I said.
Oh, this is my floor.
No! Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Have you wanted to speak a new language, but thought it would be too difficult? Then try Babbel. Babbel starts by teaching you words and phrases that gradually get more complex. Soon, you're practicing short conversations. So in 15 minutes a day, you'll be speaking a new language in a few weeks. Babbel works because it's built around real life. It teaches you everyday practical conversations that you will actually use. Babbel, language for life. Try it free at babbel.com.
Ready or not. Gillette Pro Glide and Pro Glide Gel. 5 blades and a pivoting flex ball designed to get virtually every hair on the first stroke while washing away dirt and oil. So you're ready for the day with a clean shave and a clean face.
Well, you really gotta think about this.
So if I filled up the pool with slush,
You would eat the ice cream first?
I would then drink all the slush.
Like you could do that before running out of breath.
lemonberry slush float.
Yum.
All right, up on the gram. Here's Jaime Barria into the game for the third, replacing Felix Pena. He's kind of in the same boat as Pena. He would love to make a run at the starting rotation. And may have an opportunity to, especially with them at times going to a 6-man rotation. So here's the thing. They don't have anybody that they look at, maybe outside of Ohtani, as a really top-end guy quite yet. Griffin Canning they're excited about. But they have a lot of potential options. And so instead of sticking to 5 guys, they're going to run out more than 5. And what they have is a lot of guys that are options, but that have some physical questions and some durability concerns. And so a 6-man rotation, and that way may make some sense. Justin Turner leading off this third and ahead 2-0.
That's nothing that's strange to Joe Madden. His days in Tampa Bay, he's very flexible when it comes to trying to figure out how to maneuver through a roster and figure out how to use his pieces in a way that he could develop wins and players and pitchers.
Barria had a pretty impressive debut in 2018. Had a 3.41 ERA for the Angels, but then last year that ballooned to 6.42. Walks Turner on 4 pitches to start this outing. He's out of Panama originally, where he grew up wanting to be the next Mariano Rivera. From Panama. Quiet guy, say he just shows up, very serious, goes about his business. And Angels love him for his mound presence, no matter how things are going. Just has it. Turner off first as Bellinger stands in. Berea comes home and strike one, fouled back.
Oh for 1 on that ground ball to first, but it was hit like a rocket. A nice play by Albert Pujols. Put it away. Cody, without that good play, could have easily had a double.
And an 0-2 hole here. Ball 1. By the way, we have Dino Ebel mic'd up tonight. Not like in spring training where he also has an earpiece and we can talk with him, but you should be able to listen in some as this night goes on. You can see the microphone right there. Count evens 2-2.
We didn't have to talk to him very much when we could talk to him because you gave him a subject and he just went.
Yeah. Dino, baseball, go. All right. Bellinger slices one to left center field that has Trout on the move to track it down.
0 for 2, but 2 balls that were well struck. Could easily be 2 for 2 with 2 doubles, but the great speed of Mike Trout, break off the bat. This line drive into the gap, slicing away from Trout. But he outruns it, catches it very easily. He had another 20-25 feet of range.
Sure had a good sound to it, didn't it? It's one of the only good things about this current setup is that the crack of the bat and the pop of the mitt, you hear it better. Might be the only good thing. Pollock down the line, that's just foul.
David Fletcher helping umpire that one. 4 eyes on that foul ball.
Who'd you call him 4 eyes?
I was 4 eyes from the time I was 8 until I got contacts in freshman year in college.
How was it the first time you put contacts in? Did it take you a while to get them in?
Hated them.
Yeah.
They were hard lenses, and I'm an eye rubber, and scratch your eyes up. I hated them. Much better now.
LASIK?
I had LASIK, yeah, after the baseball career. Didn't trust it during career.
Yeah.
It was a new technology then.
That didn't stop you from the shoulder surgery.
I did a terrible thing when I got LASIK.
You did?
Oh, I did. I came out in the waiting room after it was over and walked out with my hands out in front of me going, I can't see. I can't see. And all the other people, it's like 20 people in the waiting room.
Ready to go.
Ready to go in. Don't let them do it. I can't see.
Come on.
Oh,
you felt that good about how it went that you were able to.
Great. I was seeing perfect. My wife was hitting me. She's like, he's just kidding.
Oh, jeez.
And I hit it off with the doc and hit it off with the nurses and everybody that was helping out back there, and they were all laughing. And We signed a few autographs when the surgery was over, and then when I went out there, they escorted you out. One nurse and Dana and I can't see.
Should have played the joke on the autographs and the nurses and the doctors and just like signed all over.
That'd have been great too.
Pollock trying to keep this one fair, and he does for a base hit into left. Turner chugging for third. He's in there safely, and the Dodgers have him cornered with one out.
If I ever need a touch-up, I'm going to do what you just said. Just right off the right off the end of the paper.
Corey Seager.
I'm betting on a hard hit ball.
I'm betting on it coming quick. Seager as aggressive as they come. Takes the first one. He was the only Dodger last year that swung more than half the time. Just above 50% for what is known as his swing rate. First and third, one gone on a 1-0. He flares it foul, and it's 1-1.
Right on that 82-mile-an-hour slider. And he hits the fastball for a line drive to left. Now all of a sudden a slider, he'd be right on it.
Good looking take and a nice changeup, and it's 2-1. It's hard, right? Because part of what makes Corey Seager is how aggressive he is. Same time, there are times where you'd like him maybe to take a pitch and not be quite as aggressive on that first pitch. Teams, of course, at this point know that that's the reputation, that he's probably going after that first pitch, and some have successfully preyed on that.
Aggressive in the strike zone would be the key. He's worked that bat over. I'll tell you what, that looked like Kike Hernandez's helmet, his bat.
Yeah.
He's hitting the ball so hard, he's not changing bats at all.
2-2. Here it comes. Right in on him this time, and in left, Upton. Turner bluffs to draw the throw and then hangs on. A 2-out chance for Chris Taylor.
A lot of guys this year will be lonely in the on-deck circle. A lot of them like to turn around and talk to the fans, or Tommy Lasorda would say hi to you in the on-deck circle over there. Magic Johnson there, the owner's box. Saw Jock come out of the dugout and turned to like he was going to talk to the cutouts.
Maybe we can get some like children's toys where they say a few things. Pull a string, hit a button.
Yeah. On the visiting side, they'd be ripping on the player in the on-deck circle. On the home side, they'd be encouraging him.
Yeah, yep. You'd have to tailor him that way. Ball and a strike on Taylor. He's one of the best in the league in these situations last year. Drills this ball to left center field. Chris Taylor with a missile of a home run. Second night in a row he's left the yard to left center, and a 3-run shot makes it 5-1.
Coming into camp, everyone thought that Corey Seager was going to be the guy under the radar, that have it easy. Well, he's had such a good camp that he's no longer under the radar. But these next three hitters, including Chris Taylor, who just hit the home run, Chris Taylor, Jock Peterson, and Kike Hernandez, they are now the new trio of under the radar guys that really do not relax as you get through the bulk of this order. When you get through Betts and Bellinger and Muncy and Turner and Seager, you still got to go through Taylor and Peterson and Hernandez.
That swing looks free and easy like it did in 17 when he debuted it. That was his first year using his new swing. And he was so loose. Jeez, Jock tried to do the same. Swung himself out of his helmet. Strike one. I think Taylor, as he got more comfortable with that new swing, there were times where he tended to overanalyze it, and the opposite happened. Kind of counterintuitive. You get more comfortable, but he also got more tense. And so trying to get back to a place where he is loose and free and easy, and it's flowing out of him. And it certainly right now looks like it is.
When I first saw Chris Taylor, I never thought you'd see that kind of power. And I'll tell you what, in the spring training, and I've apologized to Chris to this day and said he was right and I was wrong, but I used to go into the video room in the early days of Chris Taylor and say, "What are you watching?" He'd like, "Oh, I'm watching Mike Trout. I'm watching Miguel Cabrera." I'm like, "Why are you watching those guys?" He goes, "I want to hit like those guys. I'm going to go for that power swing. I'm getting in the right position." I'm like, "Are you sure that's the course you want to take?" "I'm not sure I see you that way." And he's got that kind of pop and that kind of power when he puts it together.
He gets that rhythm going in his hands.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of his feel, and I think a lot of guys would say that their feel comes from that rhythm that they get before they cut it loose, but his is very fine, the difference between when he's feeling right and when he's not with that hand movement. Everything right now looks, and I'm sure feels, pretty darn good for CT3. His last 4 plate appearances, 3 for 3 with a pair of home runs and a walk.
Your new Honda is ready to go, like the Pilot or Passport. Get a great deal on the Pilot at the Honda Summer Clearance event today.
Geico's been helping people save money for over 75 years. They've really stood the test of time, much like these majestic Rocky Mountains, which must be named after the Rocky...
That would be Rocky the Flying Squirrel, Mr. Gecko, sir. Obviously.
Come on, Bullwinkle. They're named after...
First President George Rockington.
That doesn't even make any sense, Mr. Winkle.
Geico, over 75 years of savings and service.
I love Made In. I love what Made In represents. With the product, you could tell that there's extreme craftsmanship.
You would think a pan is a pan until Made In came along, and I went, wow, these things are something better.
The pots and pans that I'm using on an everyday basis are gonna create wonderful products in my kitchen.
Those are the pans that we use at Alinea. We're gonna have the best pans in the world at one of the best restaurants in the world.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. That castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the bidding war, Rocket can.
Red, white, and berry. Give me that cherry. Citrus, blue raspberry. That's why we said blue raspberry. Look at the weather, better grab a seltzer. It's red, white, and berry season.
Hey, Fletch, before I forget, can you ask Trouty for me, the 8 years that I was with him, can he sign me a bat? To me. Ask him? Ask him for me. Say, Dino said, can you sign him a bat to Dino? He's never signed, I never asked. I forgot to ask him when I saw him earlier.
Number 10, Justin Turner.
David didn't seem real excited about that request.
Didn't sound like he got a positive response. Like, yeah, okay, no problem. Oh, he got nothing.
Josiah Gray misses with his first pitch to Justin Upton.
David's like, I'm going to get one for myself, too.
Dino, 13 years with the Angels as third base coach. One ball, one strike. Former Dodger minor leaguer. Former Dodger star minor leaguer early on. Gulf Coast League Player of the year the Dodgers last won the World Series in 1988. Upton yanks a line drive to left that is over Taylor's head. And a leadoff double.
Number 9, Tommy Listella.
Fastball. Hits the target. They were going up, and I don't think Austin Barnes actually wanted it down the middle. I think he wanted it to start there, gave the target where he wanted to start. He just didn't get the run that he normally looks for with Josiah Gray's fastball. Sometimes the catcher will put the target where they want it because you're locked in and you're hitting it, and other times they're making adjustments with their target to get you to throw exactly what you want, to get where the ball is starting, not where it's going to end up.
Tommy Listella has a solo home run in this game, takes ball one. Lifts another one to deep right center field. Bellinger has room this time. Upton headed for third. Bellinger's throw offline. A man at third with one gone.
Number 5.
A little changeup right there. Took the sting out of the bat of Listella. Five to 1 in the fourth. You trade an out for a run right here. Good lesson for a young pitcher. Don't risk a crooked number and try and save that run at third. If you happen to save it, fine. Your managers put the infield back. Slugger at the plate. Just try and get a routine out. Have 2 out, nobody on, and a 3-run lead.
And when you say play the infield back, you mean it. Albert, of course, not the fastest runner. Plenty of time for those guys up the middle. Cover more ground when you're that far back. All right, in the corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. Got Albert on 3 pitches, first time up there. The guy that is number 6 in the history of baseball on home runs with 656. 4 away from Willie Mays on that list. He's number 4 in RBIs. 11 away from A-Rod, moving into the top 5. He's 15th all-time in hits. A couple years away from reaching the top 10, perhaps. Of course, the shortened season doesn't help his cause in those counting stats. Gray's 1-2 to him. His bounce to third. Turner glances at home, but like you said, they'll trade it. Give up the run but get the out. It's a 5-2 game. The bases are clear with 2 out.
Number 18, Brian Goodwin.
Oh, what do you thought of Josiah Gray tonight?
He's been solid, and he's been really good at attacking with the first pitch strike. After that, he kind of has been picking around a little bit. There have been times, though, that you've seen command of the curveball, command of the changeup, and command of the slider. But all 3 of those pitches tonight were not at a level where you go, he could really dominate this level. But I think I'm really high on this young man. He's going to make a huge impact in the Dodger organization someday.
A couple runs over 3 2/3 and a couple highlight moments for him, inducing some weak contact against Trout, striking out Albert Pujols. 5-2 game into the bullpen in the 4th.
I know you like that. How long you been back, man? You know you like that. You know you like that. You know you like that.
When was the last time you really looked out the window? What do you see? The awakening of the rising sun, or light dancing across the mountaintops? Look for a moment longer and you'll see beauties all around us. Like a painting, moving in the wind, speaking to the soul. The world flashing past, still yet to explore. Look out the window. The summer of Jeep is here.
Right now, get 0% financing for 72 months, plus no monthly payments for 90 days on select 2020 Jeep brand vehicles.
At Fair and Farah, it's all about listening.
It was like I had a listening ear. You make everything so simple where you don't have to worry about it. If you need somebody that's there for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, choose Fair and Farah.
Fair and Farah, here for you, here for good.
I'm a performer. Always have been and always will be. Never letting anything get in my way. Not the doubts, distractions, or voice in my head. And certainly not arthritis. New Voltaren provides powerful arthritis pain relief to help me keep moving. And it can help you too. Feel the joy of movement with Voltaren.
Some of the most painful injuries, but sometimes the most difficult to pin down medically, are soft tissue injuries. If you feel pain while others are feeling doubt, call us for help anytime. Fair and Farah, protecting you and your family.
Josiah Gray with a nice 3 2/3 innings, a couple of earned runs, but don't worry about the statistics in this one. Forget about the stats and think about the lessons you learned about yourself and how you were poised and executed your pitches. The rest of it, anything negative that comes up, if it's not a learning experience, bury it, forget about it, and move on. But this kid is going to make some kind of pitcher in the big league someday.
Ferguson comes in and delivers ball 1 to Brian Goodwin. Boy, Caleb looks good, just physically. Goodwin to center field, and Bellinger on 2 pitches. Ferguson gets Goodwin down the 4th.
This is my body of proof.
Proof I can fight moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis.
Proof I can fight psoriatic arthritis. With Humira. Proof of less joint pain.
And clearer skin in PSA.
Humira targets and blocks the source of inflammation that contributes to joint pain and irreversible damage.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections. Serious and sometimes fatal infections, including tuberculosis and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Humira is proven to help stop further joint damage.
Want more proof? Ask your rheumatologist about Humira citrate-free.
If you can't afford your medicine, AbbVie may be able to help.
Enjoy lower carbs. Enjoy lower calories. Enjoy the perfectly balanced light beer. Corona Premier.
I think the time is right.
Here's another challenge.
Dad, what are you doing?
I'm TikToking.
Where can you find something crunchy, melty, and only $1? It's Taco Bell's $1 Nacho Crunch Double Stack Taco. Order ahead and pick yours up at our contactless drive-thru.
For 95 years, our trucks have hit the road to deliver the goods that keep businesses and communities moving. Now, in this uncertain time, we won't stop going that extra mile. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this together for the long haul. Saia LTL Freight, driving stability, safety, support, and strength.
5-2, bottom of the fourth inning. Joining me again is Dave Roberts. Doc, thanks for taking the time to be with us. Josiah Gray goes 3 2/3. What'd you see from your young right-hander tonight?
I thought he was good. You know, I thought that we've seen the slider better. You know, obviously he's facing a lot of good hitters out there, and you know, you're seeing Mike Trout a couple times, Justin Upton. So I thought he threw the baseball really well.
Early on in Chris Taylor's Dodger career, he said he wanted to hit like Mike Trout, Albert Pujols, those types of guys, back-to-back nights with 3-run shots. What are you seeing from CT3's swing?
He's actually, you know what, he's had a great summer camp, and he's been swinging the bat really well. And one thing you know with Chris is that he's going to compete. He'll be prepared, and he's getting results. And so he's just really a manager's dream.
Mookie Betts gets the planned night off. The rest of your regulars still in there tonight. Kike Hernandez getting the at-bat right now. How many more at-bats can we anticipate from your guys?
I think you'll see Kike and Chris go the whole deal, the whole 9 innings, and then JT's going to take one more at-bat. Corey will take 3. Muncy will take 3. Pollock will probably get 4 at-bats. And Jock, I think 2, and he'll be done. He's already done.
Dave, the next time we talk to you after tonight, it'll be for real. Thank you.
Can't wait.
2-2 on Kike Hernandez, leading off this fourth. Hey, we're going to try to get Dave Roberts to give us his opening day lineup on Thursday morning's podcast.
Yes. I think he might. I think from watching these exhibition games,
pretty good idea.
I think we could be 95% accurate. Even be higher than that.
Betts and Wright.
Yeah, I think that's for sure. I'm going to go Bellinger at center.
3-2.
Who you got left? It might be the.
Well, that's the.
That would okay.
Yeah.
Well, behind the plate.
I'm just going lineup. Okay, Betts and Wright.
Okay.
Muncy at first.
Yep.
Turner at third.
Yep.
Bellinger in center.
Yep.
Seager at short. And then you got your questions. Not questions, just not as sure of a thing after that. As with any lineup.
I think Will Smith is going to be behind the plate because he has caught Kershaw in the last few outings. And I would think you'd want your opening day starter to be with the catcher that's going to be back there.
Hernandez strikes out to open the fourth against Berea. And here's Barnes. It's right-handed Johnny Cueto, so Jock Peterson will probably be the left fielder.
Kike Hernandez at second.
Good bet.
DH.
This is where it gets tough. That's why we need him to tell us on the podcast Thursday morning.
Yep. We do that podcast when Joe and Oro are off air.
Yes, you just spoke in the third person. That was kind of weird. Barnes lifts one to center field where Trout goes back on it to the track and makes it look easy.
Sure does. Just cruising over there to the wall, feeling the warning track under his feet right now, knowing he has plenty of room. Hold and hum.
Two gone for Muncy. Angels looking for their first 1-2-3 inning tonight. Hadn't been too many 1-2-3 innings at all over the few games here this week. The Dodgers have been up there, scoring 26 runs and allowing just 5 in these 3 games. Axu is 0 for 2. He's ahead 2-0. Beautiful. Two and one. That, by the way, is called by Malachi Moore. We mentioned this last night, but he's a local guy. He's just 30 years old and getting an opportunity here. Malachi Moore out of Compton to Dominguez High School. And it was another LA guy, and Kerwin Danley, veteran umpire, that got him involved in umpiring. 9 years technically as a professional umpire. And here he is at the age of 30, which is really young to get an opportunity like this. What a cool thing for him to do it in his hometown. Malachi Moore. We hear about playing products that come out of MLB youth academies. Dom Smith came out of Compton's MLB academy. Dom Smith now plays for the New York Mets. Well, Malachi Moore went to the MLB youth academy as well. Muncy swings through it, and that does it for the Dodgers in the fourth.
Your new Honda is ready to go, like the Pilot or Passport. Get a great deal on the Pilot at the Honda Summer Clearance event today.
Oh, we love our new home. Neighborhood's great.
Amazing school district. The HOA has been very involved.
These shrubs aren't board approved.
You need to break down your cardboard.
Thank you.
Violation. Violation.
I see you've met Cynthia.
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
And does help us save a bunch of money.
2 inches over regulation.
Thanks, Cynthia.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Hi, this is Margaret, your Dell Technologies advisor.
There's an art to listening. It's the ability to hear more than what's being said, to understand the meaning in every pause, and to be able to offer the answers that make someone feel truly heard.
I understand. Let's get started.
That's what you get when you talk to a Dell Technologies advisor.
Hey guys, Book Club, week 1. Here we go. Did everybody read the book?
Nope.
No.
I read it, Captain. I read it. It was amazing. It opened my eyes. Nah, I was just joking. I don't have eyes.
Great Book Club, guys.
No, I can't read, Captain.
Spectrum Mobile is great for families. You can easily mix and match plans based on how everyone uses their phone. For those who stream music and videos, our unlimited plan is ideal. And for those who don't, our Buy the Gig plan was designed for you. Both plans include unlimited talk and text, plus you can change plans anytime without penalties. And there are no added taxes or fees or contracts. To learn more, call, click, or visit a Spectrum store today.
I'm a performer. Always have been and always will be. Never letting anything get in my way. Not the doubts, distractions, or voice in my head. And certainly not arthritis. New Voltaren provides powerful arthritis pain relief to help me keep moving. And it can help you too. Feel the joy of movement with Voltaren.
Okay, on the ground you're going. If he hits a swinging butt in front of the mound, stay here. Don't run in. If they can't turn 2, they're going to come after you. It's not going to be enough, JT. Stay here, stay here, stay here.
33, Max Stassi.
So he's still got to belt it out with the pumped-in crowd noise here, even with an empty park.
Really got to belt it out with the muffler on.
Mm-hmm. New Dodger pitcher, so just one batter for Caleb Ferguson there, and it's Dennis Santana.
Dennis is another guy, one of the young guys that has really come a long way. Is really coming into his own this spring training 1.0, and now in summer camp, outstanding velocity and movement. Starting to be able to land his breaking ball. And like Josiah Gray, he's got that little low arm angle, but the ball really tails in on the right-handed hitter. And once he gets command of the bottom of the strike zone, he's got a 2-seamer that you can almost tell him it's coming, and it's still hard to hit.
2-0 on the catcher Stassi, and like Josiah Gray, was a shortstop before he was a pitcher. In fact, signed as a pro shortstop. Spent a couple years there, but really struggled at the plate. Always loved throwing hard as a shortstop, so decided to give pitching a try and use his fellow Dominican Carlos Martinez as inspiration. Martinez of the St. Louis Cardinals was a shortstop who successfully had made the transition, and Dennis has done the same.
The last year he has really matured a lot to really start to pick up on the details of being a professional, and that has kind of leaked into his game on the mound, and throwing a lot more pitches where he wants to.
Andrelton Simmons, inside corner, looks at a strike. Those colors in the sky, by the way, are getting even deeper shades of orange. 1-1.
Everything but.
Everything but the best part, which is you at home when you're here.
We're glad we can bring it to you this way, and we're glad there's baseball on the field. We're going to do our best to entertain you, even though you can't be here.
Entertain you a little bit, distract you a little bit.
Exactly.
I think I just saw your cutout over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got a good seat.
I got a really long neck in my cutout.
Here's a pop-up. The funny thing is, the cutout is just a picture of you, so maybe there's something to be learned from your cutout.
I put a jersey on, a Dodger jersey on, that we have from, you know, the Legends game, and then you put it in the cutout form, and it makes you look like a giraffe.
Who's that?
Look at you next to me. I think you're laughing at my neck. Oh, there's Alana. Oh, she would drop the microphone in on her cutout.
Yeah, wow. She's holding a microphone. I'm holding a baby I found.
Tried to get Blake in the
That is inside, ball one on David Fletcher. What's the baby's name on The Hangover that Alan has in the Bjorn? Carlos, the baby Carlos.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
So you're going to change Blake's name to Carlos?
He did not like being in that Bjorn other than the 1 second that picture was taken.
He looks like he just kind of wet himself on your pants.
He probably did.
That's your face. It's like, what just happened?
3 balls, no strikes on Fletcher with the bases empty and 2 out.
How old is Blake now? 15, 16 months?
20 months.
20 months. Time flies.
3-1. Fletcher slide to center both times on a 3-1 pitch. Takes outside, ball 4 and a 2-out walk.
Center fielder Mike Trout.
I don't know if I'm throwing a 3-1 breaking ball to Fletcher with Trout on deck.
Come at him.
I'm going to come at him and go strength against strength, especially with the great moving fastball that Santana has.
Mike used the quarantine to take advantage of some extra time with his wife. Obviously, that time of year, normally these guys don't get to spend as much time with their families. Said he played more board games than any other time in his life. Played some Yahtzee, Monopoly, categories. They planted a garden together. Played some tennis, played a little more golf than usual. And he worked out at a Little League field near his house. Can you imagine taking a walk by the Little League field and that guy looks good? Wait a minute. It couldn't be, could it?
Well, Little League fences are 200, 225. He's taking BP. Every ball's out. Boom, boom, boom.
Fly ball into short right field. Terrence Gore is in for Jock Peterson out there, and he cruises under it to make the catch and end the inning. Halfway home in a 5-2 game.
The fighting spirit is one we all share. Amanda Nunes wears hers with pride. From standing up for herself against the doubters to being the only woman in her MMA training gym. Amanda refused to let stereotypes get in her way, whether inside the octagon or out. Since 1925, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo, the official beer of UFC.
Here's another challenge.
Dad, what are you doing? I'm TikToking.
Where can you find something crunchy, melty, and only $1? It's Taco Bell's $1 Nacho Crunch Double Stack Taco. Order ahead and pick yours up at our contactless drive-thru.
Hi, this is Margaret, your Dell Technologies advisor.
There's an art to listening. It's the ability to hear more than what's being said. To understand the meaning in every pause. And to be able to offer the answers that make someone feel truly heard.
I understand. Let's get started.
That's what you get when you talk to a Dell Technologies advisor.
My family and I did a fundraiser walk in honor of my dad who has Alzheimer's. I decided to make shirts for the walk with custom ink, and they just came out perfect.
Check out our huge selection of custom apparel for every occasion. You'll even get free shipping. Get started today at customink.com.
For 95 years, our trucks have hit the road to deliver the goods that keep businesses and communities moving. Now, in this uncertain time, we won't stop going that extra mile. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this together for the long haul. Saia LTL Freight, driving stability, safety, support, and strength.
Dodgers 5, Angels 2. Setting sun, beautiful night. We're in the low 70s here in Los Angeles.
Justin Turner.
As Mike Myers comes in to pitch for the Angels.
Spent the last 4 seasons with the St. Louis Cardinals. Angels looking for a little bit from him this year. His best year was in 2018 with the Cardinals. Had an ERA just under 5 and got 50 appearances. Kind of guy that can strike out a guy an inning and also has pretty good command. Just needs to locate the stuff and make sure the secondary stuff can pull the string on the hitters a little bit to be a little bit more effective.
Turner, Bellinger, and Pollock coming up. Bottom of the 5th with the Dodgers in front 5-2. They got 2 in the 2nd. They got 3 in the 3rd. They're trying to sweep these 3 exhibition games. At this point, outscoring their opposition 26-5.
3-game sweep in a 60-game season is the equivalent of winning 8 in a row over 162.
I know you read the Jason Stark article on The Athletic today.
It was really well done.
Hall of Famer Jason Stark. Now they did 2 on Turner. Basically just broke down all the numbers that would define the 2020 season.
And he tried to rank them. And his ranking, where he put his #1 number, was not near the top until he started talking to more and more executives around baseball. And the number that all the executives are ranking as the #1 is 2.7.
Turner back up the middle into center field for a leadoff single, which would be what you've got to multiply the importance of each game by.
Exactly. So if your closer has a bad week, it's not good when you multiply it by 2.7.
Yeah.
Dave Roberts has admitted that he's going to be a little bit more nimble, a little quicker with the hook with pitchers, a little quicker with changing out the roster if all of a sudden his lineup needs to be adjusted for a guy that looks like he's into a slump. Really more managing 60 games like they're playoff games.
Bellinger 0 for 2, but has hit it hard both times. Diving stop by Albert Pujols at first, and then Trout ran one down in the gap. Statcast, powered by Google Cloud, takes a look at Cody Bellinger's straight spray chart from a year ago. Soon, I promise. Maybe. When it does come, it'll be powered by Google Cloud. One. There we go. Inside ball 2. Last year, the Angels shifted less than all but one team in the American League. They do have the shift on Bellinger right now. And you know how Joe Madden had the reputation of being one of the front runners, one of the leaders of shifting aggressively? That's a little bit outdated. The Cubs last year, Madden's team, shifted less than any team in baseball. Yes, he was one of the first to employ it a lot, but it's no longer necessarily something that he does more than other people. In fact, the opposite, at least last year. That's another hard hit ball from Bellinger, and this one finds a hole into center field, sending Turner to third and putting him at the corners with nobody out.
3 hard hit balls for Cody. On that one, finally getting what he feels he deserved. Hard ground ball to first. It could have been a double, but a nice play by Albert Pujols. A hard hit ball to left center that Trout ran down that a lot of center fielders might not get to. And now this blistering line drive through the 4-hole for a base hit.
Here's Pollock. Oh, and 2.
Back-to-back shifts. AJ with his pull tendencies, especially on the ground. They're opposite field in the air, but they are pull on the ground.
At Fix Auto, every collision repair center is open following all guidelines to keep you and your loved ones safe.
Tries to check his swing, but he went around, and Pollock is the first out of the 5th.
Shortstop, Corey Seager.
Slider for a ball, but it definitely is a swing.
So now Seager with 1 out. Singled on the first pitch that he saw in the second, scored the Dodgers' first run, then flied to left in the third. He's 5 for 7 with a walk in these 3 games.
You know, there's another interesting number in that Jason Stark article. They're going to use 90 more dozen baseballs a day because of the virus influence, because multiple people can't touch it. So from batting practice through a baseball game, Major League Baseball estimates that they will use 1,080 baseballs a day.
Trying to turn two from an impossible shift here, and they do, with Simmons to La Stella and on to Pujols.
Put that baseball in your trophy case. They're just going to put it down for a few days anyway.
Heck of a play to finish the inning. Dodgers still in front, though, 5-2.
Introducing Budweiser Zero. 0% alcohol, 0 grams of sugar, full Budweiser flavor. A refreshing alcohol-free brew that tastes like the real thing. Budweiser Zero, zero compromise.
Ready or not.
Gillette ProGlide and ProGlide Gel. 5 blades and a pivoting flex ball designed to get virtually every hair on the first stroke while washing away dirt and oil. So you're ready for the day with a clean shave and a clean face.
Burger King asks people to choose between a mini shake and $1.
So hot out right now, if this is gonna solve all of that.
It's actually fire. Big things come in small packages.
Introducing the BK Mini Shake, freshly prepared for just $1. Your way, way better.
This is why I woke up this morning.
I just love hitting the open road and telling people that Liberty Mutual customizes your insurance. So you only pay for what you need.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
When was the last time you really looked out the window? What do you see? The awakening of the rising sun, or light dancing across the mountaintops? Look for a moment longer and you'll see beauties all around us. Like a painting, moving in the wind, speaking to the soul. The world flashing past, still yet to explore. Look out the window. The summer of Jeep is here.
Right now, get 0% financing for 72 months, plus no monthly payments for 90 days on select 2020 Jeep brand vehicles.
Got some chicken cooking for you tomorrow, big guy.
Looking forward to it.
And Santana misses with his first pitch to Shohei Ohtani.
I eat a lot of late night dinners. Tomorrow will be a dinner a little earlier at your house. Dana's already texted me and said, what do you want tonight? And I knew you were serving chicken, so she's making taco salad.
1-1. Two balls, 2 strikes. Fastball with a lot of movement there.
The minor league development department does an outstanding job. These guys come up and make an impact right away.
And I'm guessing something else, and Ohtani back to the dugout.
It's one thing to sign guys or to draft them and bring them into an organization. It's another thing to develop them. There's a lot of potential that comes in the amateur draft, foreign signings, but the development staff has to really mold them and watch them grow and learn what makes them tick and figure out how to get the best out of them in our development. Wow, our minor league system is amazing.
It's kind of been looked at as the next frontier in baseball. The next edge teams can gain is in player development. Everybody more or less using the same information now. There's a phase there where it was the information age, and the teams that had the information and used it right had big advantages over the teams that didn't. Most teams have kind of caught up, at least where there's not huge gaps anymore. But there still remain some gaps in player development, and the Dodgers proudly leading the pack.
With all the information there is today, understanding what information players react properly to. Some that need a lot, some that only want a little, some that want concepts, some want specific instructions. Finding a player's buttons, keeping him motivated through the struggles, understanding when he's failing that there's still potential there and keep working with him, giving everybody a chance.
One-two to Upton. He takes it low, 2-2. MVP Machine is a book that really looks at the player development machine and that whole concept in the current age of baseball. And they wrote that player development sits somewhere in the middle, but without it, many of the scouting discoveries would be wasted and many of the wins wouldn't come.
The deep-rooted history and just Dodger pitching that I got to experience. Red Adams and Sandy Koufax and Johnny Padres, and even from the catching side, Roy Campanella and Mike Scioscia, of course, and Rick Honeycutt, now Mark Pryor. And I'll tell you what, the information has been passed on, but the coaching styles also.
Pop fly into shallow center field. Gore is in center now, and he's got it. Upton is out, number 2.
And I know Rick, in his first year of semi-retirement, if the minor league system was going on, he would be working with the minor leaguers. And that has kind of been put on hold because of what we're dealing with. But I know he's going to be working on a book soon to talk about the history of Dodger pitching.
Wow, awesome.
And a lot of interviews from all the people that rubbed up against him, and what he has learned and has passed on, and where he learned it from.
Can I pre-order?
No, I wouldn't pre-order yet. You might get a complimentary copy.
Oh, okay.
But you could pre-order and buy one, and and then get your complimentary copy, and then pass your other one on. No, pass it on. Maybe get it autographed for Blake someday.
Yeah. There's an 0 on the Tommy La Stella that's in the dirt.
I know the brainstorming process is it's going on right now, and Rick is really excited about the project. So a lot of people that he wants to thank, and also wants to continue to pass it on and kind of welcome Mark Pryor into the open arms of Dodger pitching.
La Stella knifes one to left center field that Chris Taylor runs under to end the inning. 1-2-3 inning for Dennis Santana, and a 5-2 lead for the Dodgers.
Hey guys, book club, week 1. Here we go. Did everybody read the book?
Nope. No.
I read it, Captain. I read it. It was amazing. It opened my eyes. Nah, I was just joking. I don't have eyes.
Great book club, guys.
No, I can't read, Captain.
Hi, this is Margaret, your Dell Technologies advisor.
There's an art to listening. It's the ability to hear more than what's being said. To understand the meaning in every pause. And to be able to offer the answers that make someone feel truly heard.
I understand. Let's get started.
That's what you get when you talk to a Dell Technologies advisor.
Your new Honda is ready to go, like the Pilot or Passport. Get a great deal on the Pilot at the Honda Summer Clearance event today.
Here's another challenge.
Dad, what are you doing?
I'm TikToking.
Where can you find something crunchy, melty, and only $1? It's Taco Bell's $1 Nacho Crunch Double Stack Taco. Order ahead and pick yours up at our contactless drive-thru.
Enjoy lower carbs. Enjoy lower calories. Enjoy the perfectly balanced light beer.
Come on, y'all.
Corona Premier.
I think the time is right.
Car accidents care about time. They don't believe in 9 to 5, so neither do we. We're right here, ready to take your call any time of the day or night, 24/7, 365. There's no good time to have an accident, so we make sure there's no bad time to call Farah and Farah. We're here now, we'll be here later. In fact, we've been here protecting you and your family day or night since 1979. Car accidents never rest, so neither do we.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Do that again.
You know, some things just make summer, summer. Like Bush's baked beans.
Hitting the gym bod, sweet bachelor pad bod.
Rocking that dad bod.
Not too loose, not too tight.
Hanes pouch fits just right.
When you're comfy in your skin, you love the bod you're in. Hey, bod. It's happy Hanes.
Dodgers 5, Angels 2 to the bottom of the 6th inning. Joe Orellana and Brian Goodwin and the Angels. What's up, Brian? Seeing eye to eye. Myers out there for a second inning of work. So fun to have baseball back. Sure has been fun for Chris Taylor the last couple days. Absolutely pummeled a ball for a 3-run home run his last time. And out his last 4 plate appearances, he is 3 for 3 with a double, 2 home runs, and a walk.
Free and easy.
You know what that swing reminds me of is his swing in the first pitch of the 17 World Series when he homered against Dallas Keuchel. The very first pitch at the bottom of the 1st in Game 1.
Watch him load from center field, and what you've talked about, those relaxed hands as a timing device. The other thing I'm noticing is the hands are not going behind the helmet too far where they've got a direct path to the hitting area. It's that wind and unwind. You can wind too far and get stuck, or you wind so far that you know you got to start early and now your timing is off. It's just winding just enough and being able to get those hands in front of the body and into the hitting area.
Hits this ball in the air to center field for Joe Adele, who's fresh into the game. He's got it. It's also a tricky thing. I listen to guys like Nomar talk about how they didn't want to think at all about their hands, because as soon as they did that, they were tying their minds up. So kind of a catch-22 where, like for Chris, he realizes he needs his hands to get to where he wants to go in terms of feeling. But at the same time, if you overfeel it, I think anybody who's golfed or played any sport like that knows what that feeling's like. You get too in your head about something like your hands. That's not good.
So when we talked about player development, one of the things that I mentioned is finding a player's button. And that's not always an emotional button. It could be, what do they talk to? You know, you walk up to coach something, you want to coach their right shoulder because it's flying out. Well, the player doesn't talk to his right shoulder. He talks to his top hand. That's what I asked Nomar during one of our broadcasts in the intra-squad games about, Nomar, if you were flying out, what would you think? And well, your shoulder's flying out, but I would think more top hand. And so he didn't even talk to the part that was doing the wrong thing for him. He talked to another part that fixed something else.
You talk about the same thing. I've heard you talk about the engine and the exhaust.
Yeah, exactly. For me, it comes down to the earliest things that you do to start fixing things in your toolbox. So posture, and then the first things that you move. Because if you move the first things wrong, everything else above that or after that is making an adjustment to the first movement that was wrong. And now your athletic ability and your timing is going into fixing things instead of enhancing things.
2-2 on Beatty. So do you usually look ground up?
I almost always look ground up. I will look for symptoms above the ground, but then to the fixes, I go back to the base and go to the ground to start. And the earliest movements And the earliest movement really is posture, how you stand, how you get ready to move. Because you can want to do something, but biomechanically can't do it. The human body won't do it if you're just in the wrong posture. Or if you're in the wrong posture, the wrong position, and you have to change it, all of a sudden your timing can be off.
Another 2-2. We'll count on Beatty.
It's a great exercise as an athlete, and in other professions I'm sure too, to understand it at a level where you not only can see what's wrong, but you understand how to fix it. The Dodgers have a lot of fantastic coaches that can do that.
7th pitch is on the inside corner to get Beatty for the second out.
Matt thought this was going to break a little bit more. If it breaks more, it's a ball. It doesn't. It almost backs up and stays straight. So it caught the corner. He'll see it when he watches the video later. But visually, it felt like a slider that was going to break down and in and be a ball.
2 up, 2 down. 6th inning. Hernandez the hitter. He's 1 for 2. Drove in a pair with a double. Wraps this one on the ground, and it'll sneak through for his second hit tonight.
Kike experiencing some good vibes tonight. A double in the left center gap that was hit well, but hit perfectly in the right place. And here's a ground ball. Hit just okay, but in a very good spot.
Hit them where they ain't. Here's Barnes with 2 gone. Hit them where they ain't. Philosophy of Wee Willie Keeler, who was tiny, as his name would suggest. Used a tiny bat, would choke about halfway up it, and that was literally his intent.
Well, he wasn't going to hit it over their head, I guess.
Yeah.
Not over the fence, so yeah. He was dealing with 7 fielders and a pitcher, trying to find a hole.
Played for some of the early iterations of the Dodgers, mostly known though with the Orioles and the early Yankees, known as the Highlanders. Where do they get the name? Well, just about as simple as how Wee Willie got Wee. He was small, so they called him Wee Willie. Highlanders Park was built on top of a hill, the northernmost part of Manhattan at that point. Barnes bangs a liner to second that's caught by Jones. We go to the 7th. Dodgers 5, Angels 2.
When was the last time you really looked out the window? What do you see? The awakening of the rising sun, or light dancing across the mountaintops? Look for a moment longer and you'll see beauty is all around us. Like a painting, moving in the wind, speaking to the soul. The world flashing past, still yet to explore. Look out the window. The summer of Jeep is here.
With employee pricing, get $5,103 below MSRP on the purchase of a 2020 Jeep Gladiator Overland.
She definitely made him tiger food, right? I mean, you guys are.
What's up, guys?
Oh my God! Why are you naked?
Oh God, is my camera on?
I'll never unsee this.
Okay, hold on. How's that? Florida's finest, baby.
Burger King asks people to choose between a mini shake and $1.
So hot out right now. If this is gonna solve all of that.
It's actually fire. Big things come in small packages.
Introducing the BK Mini Shake, freshly prepared for just $1. Your way, way better.
This is why I woke up this morning.
The fighting spirit is one we all share. It's the steady beat in the story of Anderson .Paak, the story of his immigrant mother, raising 4 children on her own. His own story of a man who came from nothing, who found purpose and success in the booth of a recording studio. Anderson .Paak found his fighting spirit and uses it to inspire others through his music. Since 1925, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from, it matters what you're made of. Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
No one knows where it comes from. Why some have it and some don't. It's the fighting spirit. It consumes fear and weakness. It stands ready to fight whatever shape the battle takes. Because as long as there are battles, there will always be Marines.
Hi, this is Margaret, your Dell Technologies advisor.
There's an art to listening. It's the ability to hear more than what's being said. To understand the meaning in every pause. And to be able to offer the answers that make someone feel truly heard.
I understand. Let's get started.
That's what you get when you talk to a Dell Technologies advisor.
Here's another challenge.
Dad, what are you doing?
I'm TikToking.
Where can you find something crunchy, melty, and only $1? It's Taco Bell's $1 Nacho Crunch Double Stack Taco. Order ahead and pick yours up at our contactless drive-thru.
Dodgers in front of the Angels 5-2 as we welcome you back inside Dodger Stadium. Joe Davis and Orel Hershiser. You're going to see in just a moment Jake McGee coming into the game to pitch for the Dodgers. You probably recognize the name. He's been with the Rockies the last couple of years. Signed to a decent-sized contract. He was really good in Tampa Bay. Struggled at Coors Field like a lot of people do. But now he's come here to the Dodgers, and could he perhaps be the next on a long list of these hidden gems the Dodgers find, tweak something here and there with pitch usage, and they turn into what they once were?
Well, when 50% of your games are in Colorado and you struggle there, that's going to inflate your numbers. But he's pretty good at sea level. So throwing from the left side, right in there with a Scott Alexander, a Caleb Ferguson, another lefty the Dodgers add to their contingent. And we'll see what tweaks they can do with him. I like 95 from the left side already.
Let's check in with Alana.
I had the opportunity to speak with Jake earlier today, guys, as the newest member of this Dodgers bullpen, and he was very professional about the fact that he got to leave Coors Field as far as pitching was concerned. He praised his time there with the Rockies over the course of the last 4 seasons. He knows Andrew Friedman and Brandon Gomes through their time there in Tampa Bay, and he also said that he's very excited. Naturally, he doesn't have to face this Dodgers lineup any longer. Now he gets to be teammates with one of them. We asked what he thought his role was going to be in the bullpen. He said, just want to be able to contribute wherever I can. Dave Roberts said he obviously brings experience, success in the big game, and also just that veteran presence.
Pujols tomahawks one against him here that leaves the yard. And a rude greeting to his time in Dodger blue as Albert hits a solo shot.
Not how you want to begin, but you got it out of the way.
I'll get it out of your system and move on, huh?
Yeah. Albert getting some top hand on this one. Staying still, turning through it, just leveraging that ball out of here.
He's as healthy as he's been in years. Didn't have any surgeries this past winter. It's been a couple of years since he's had a surgery. And it seemed like year after year he was having some kind of operation, but finally clear of that. And he may be 40, but he can still do things like that.
It surprised me when the lineup came out that he wasn't DHing and he was playing first. I'm like, okay, the legs got to be feeling good.
1 ball, 1 strike on Brian Goodwin. Yeah, last year was his first fully healthy season since early on in his time in Anaheim. And he's had to play first with Ohtani now being the DH. And when Ohtani was available last year as a hitter, it was only as a DH coming off of the Tommy John surgery. So if Albert was going to play, most days had to be in the field. Two and two on Goodwin. good friends with Anthony Rendon, the newest Angel. They're part of the same draft class in Washington. First rounders together in 2011. They met when they were introduced, as draft picks sometimes are, at the big league ballpark after the draft. And they roomed together for much of their time in the minors in the Washington system. Full count. Goodwin did his best sales job on Anthony, hoping to get him signed. 7 years, $245 million, that Rendon contract.
That took a good sales job.
Yeah, I think that probably did as much to sell it as Goodwin did. That is off the top of the wall, but gone. And so Pujols and Goodwin both homered against McGee. And just like that, it's a 5-4 game.
Catcher number 33, Test.
Wanting to go low and away, ended up down the middle. You see Austin Barnes' glove reaching back. Both these guys didn't hit it way out of here, but they got enough of it.
Ball one on Stassi.
It's the first inning that the Dodger pitching staff has given up more than 1 run.
Ground ball to third, cut off by Rios. And Stassi the first out.
Dodgers on offense have been putting up a lot of crooked numbers. 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s. But the pitching staff had not given up more than a solo shot or 1 run until this inning. The 3 exhibition games.
Hey, with the short build-up here, these 3 weeks, combined with the fact that there's no fans in the stands, do you see advantage leaning one way or the other, hitter or pitcher? I know it's kind of a loaded question. I guess the environment in 2020, all that baked in, who's the advantage to?
I don't know.
I've heard pitchers say they don't think they're going to be able to touch the same kind of velocity without the adrenaline that comes from a roaring crowd.
But I also think if they did a good job in the downtime of getting themselves ready and are ready to really be a little bit more intricate with their finesse, changing speeds, and throwing good breaking balls, that early on they could have an advantage over hitters who haven't seen those elite stuff. So maybe it'll come down to who can motivate themselves to the highest level. Another thing from the Jason Stark article is about home field advantage and how it'll almost be 0.
Been a lot of studies about home field advantage through the years. Simmons serves one down the line to right. McKinstry will race into foul ground to grab it, and a double for Andrelton Simmons.
They pretty much, in a lot of the studies, have nullified the whole fact that you eat at home and sleep in your own bed. And I think most of the studies have come down to, in baseball, that there's an edge to the home team because umpires' emotions in key moments of not wanting to take the aggressive behavior of fans if a call would slightly go one way or the other. And now with no fans in the stands, they think that it's going to be a coin toss.
Arco, quality top-tier gas for less.
NBA has the greatest home field advantage, and then statistically the NFL, and then baseball is the lowest. And baseball, I think, was around 538 or so, just barely over 50%.
Yep, 54% home teams.
And so, and they think they attribute most of that very little advantage to umpires avoiding the aggressive behavior of disappointing fans.
So the tying run in scoring position for the Angels here in the 7th. At the Top of the order, it's David Fletcher. Takes a strike from McGee, and it's 1-1. Beg your pardon, Matt Faith, who's checked in for Fletcher. On the corner there, 1-2. Perfectly placed there. And he gets Theis for out number 2. Looks like that's going to do it for McGee in his Dodger debut. At least the preseason version of it. In a 5-4 game. Back in a moment.
This is my body of proof.
Proof I can fight moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis.
Proof I can fight psoriatic arthritis. With Humira. Proof of less joint pain.
And clearer skin in PSA.
Humira targets and blocks a source of inflammation that contributes to joint pain and irreversible damage.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections. Serious and sometimes fatal infections, including tuberculosis and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Humira is proven to help stop further joint damage.
Want more proof? Ask your rheumatologist about Humira citrate-free.
If you can't afford your medicine, AbbVie may be able to help.
At Custom Ink, we believe community is about having a common bond wherever you are. Now, when we need to stay apart to stand together, we've built new tools to make and individually ship custom gear to group members. And soon, we'll stand together again. Visit CustomInk.com today.
Hi, this is Margaret, your Dell Technologies advisor.
There's an art to listening. It's the ability to hear more than what's being said, to understand the meaning in every pause, and to be able to offer the answers that make someone feel truly heard.
I understand. Let's get started.
That's what you get when you talk to a Dell Technologies advisor.
When was the last time you really looked out the window? What do you see? The awakening of the rising sun, or light dancing across the mountaintops? Look for a moment longer and you'll see beauties all around us. Like a painting, moving in the wind, speaking to the soul. The world flashing past, still yet to explore. Look out the window. The summer of Jeep is here.
With employee pricing, get $5,103 below MSRP on the purchase of a 2020 Jeep Gladiator Overland.
For 95 years, our trucks have hit the road to deliver the goods that keep businesses and communities moving. Now, in this uncertain time, we won't stop going that extra mile. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this together for the long haul. Josiah LTL Freight, driving stability, safety, support, and strength.
Honestly, I like ice cream anytime.
That creamy ice cream, that's what floats my boat.
Absolutely.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the strawberries have time to shine, but you know, ice cream is just running the game right now. The lemon berry slush float.
Brett DeGuss, seen quite a bit of throughout summer camp, getting opportunities in the inter-squad games, put up great numbers last year in A-ball. And he's on here for the 7th inning with 2 gone and a 1-run game.
Very interesting story, and to be pitching in this camp and tells you what the Dodgers think of him. He's come a long way in a short time. A guy that almost got released, and then somebody got hurt and got a job, and boy, he has done the best with it. Very herky-jerky delivery right out of the back of his head. Good fastball changeup, and he's a very hard worker. And he just might have a future.
He's facing one of the top prospects in all of baseball here, Joe Adell, who was a 10th overall pick in the draft a few years back and is right on the verge of making his major league debut. They think a future star. Teams are going to have to weigh the question of, do you start a guy's service clock? Do you use a year of service time on the 60-game season? Do you look at it and say, how do you want to waste a full year of service time on just 60 games? Or do you look at it the other way and say, 60 games, anything can happen, let's pull the trigger. A bare hand pickup and Kike Hernandez. What a play. And he's fun to watch play defense, huh?
This is sweet. Look at that grip. Quick release. Right on the money.
Summer Camp Game telecasts on MLB Network are presented by MasterCard.
Welcome back. Yeah, man, how you doing? You good? I know you like that. I know you like that. How long you been back, man? You know you like that. You know you like that. You know you like that.
Geico's been helping people save money for over 75 years. They've really stood the test of time, much like these majestic Rocky Mountains, which must be named after the Rocky...
That would be Rocky the Flying Squirrel, Mr. Gecko, sir. Obviously.
Come on, Bullwinkle. They're named after...
First President George Rockington.
That doesn't even make any sense, Mr. Winkle.
Geico, over 75 years of savings and service.
At Honda, racing is at the heart of everything we do.
Hi, this is Margaret, your Dell Technologies advisor.
There's an art to listening. It's the ability to hear more than what's being said, to understand the meaning in every pause, and to be able to offer the answers that make someone feel truly heard.
I understand. Let's get started.
That's what you get when you talk to a Dell Technologies advisor.
Here's another challenge.
Dad, what are you doing?
I'm TikToking.
Where can you find something crunchy, melty, and only $1? It's Taco Bell's $1 Nacho Crunch Double Stack Taco. Order ahead and pick yours up at our contactless drive-thru.
Ready or not.
Gillette ProGlide and ProGlide Gel. 5 blades and a pivoting flex ball designed to get virtually every hair on the first stroke while washing away dirt and oil. So you're ready for the day with a clean shave and a clean face.
Chances are you have a few home projects on your list. Whether it's something to fix now or fix up down the road, count on Home Advisor to find the best plumbers, electricians, handymen, and more to get the job done right. And with the Home Advisor app, it's never been easier to schedule, check prices, and pay for your home projects in seconds. That fix you've been putting off? Done. The project that will make your dream home even dreamier, mission accomplished. So get the Home Advisor app and we'll do everything to fix your everything.
We got a fire pit out back. We've been like roasting.
Can you guys
stuff
hear me?
Whoa, Lime, you're way too close to the camera.
I think there's something wrong with my audio. Let me try again.
He's done it again.
Testing. I'm fixing my computer.
Blue Jays, Red Sox, Wednesday Summer Camp Baseball at 11 Eastern.
The Junior Dodgers Kids Club is your one-stop shop for everything Dodgers for kids. Create a free family account to access exclusive experiences, training resources, and activities, including the 2020 Junior Dodgers Baseball Guide. Sign up today at dodgers.com/JRDodgers.
New pitcher for the Angels is Ryan Buchter, and he delivers strike one to Terrence Gore. 1-1. "60 games coming up here. That'll be the shortest season since 1878. National League launched in 1876, but first official schedule of the National League was not until 1877, when they did it more than just let's play these teams when we can. You know, the two teams would get together, figure out when their schedules lined up. That's strike 3 on Gore. So this will be the first 60-game schedule since the first 2 years of a true formal organized schedule. Boston Red Stockings won the pennant both years. Eventually became the Boston Braves. Edwin Rios comes up. The ace of those Boston Red Stockings teams was a guy named Tommy Bond, who started and completed 58 of the 60 games in 1877. Started and completed 57 of the 60 in 1878.
Where has the complete game gone? Oh. Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah. Weak fly ball to left field. Macio playing out there. It was a much different time. It's before there was a pitcher's mound, before throwing overhand was even legal.
This was the dead ball era.
Yeah. The dead ball with arms that couldn't be used above the shoulder. So he would stretch it as far as he could, which would be sidearm. And still was able to throw hard, relatively hard for the time being, a just below sidearm guy. And also because it wasn't a pitcher's mound with a pitcher's rubber, it was a pitching box. You had some wiggle room as far as the angle that you could come at the hitter from. All the way to the right of the box or all the way from the left of the box. And old Tommy Bond would use that whole thing. 115 times in 120 games. Another one on Gavin Lux. Went around 0-2. Gavin facing some adversity here. Started behind the 8 ball, and that he was delayed getting into camp. And the guys that he was battling for time with at second, both really performing well right now. No question he'll be back sooner rather than later.
Very talented, just behind as far as being ready.
Fastball down the middle that he looks at. Strike 3 to end this 7th inning.
Introducing Budweiser Zero. 0% alcohol, 0 grams of sugar. Full Budweiser flavor. A refreshing alcohol-free brew that tastes like the real thing. Budweiser Zero. Zero compromise.
Taco Bell's new grilled cheese burrito is filled with nacho cheese sauce and a delicious 3-cheese blend. And even more melty cheese is grilled on top. Introducing Taco Bell's $5 grilled cheese burrito box. Order ahead and pick yours up at our contactless drive-thru.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. That castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the bidding war, Rocket can.
When was the last time you really looked out the window? What do you see? The awakening of the rising sun or light dancing across the mountaintops? Look for a moment longer and you'll see beauty is all around us. Like a painting, moving in the wind, speaking to the soul. The world flashing past, still yet to explore. Look out the window. The summer of Jeep is here.
Right now, get 0% financing for 72 months, plus no monthly payments for 90 days on select 2020 Jeep brand vehicles.
I'm a performer. Always have been and always will be. Never letting anything get in my way. Not the doubts, distractions, or voice in my head. And certainly not arthritis. New Voltaren provides powerful arthritis pain relief to help me keep moving. And it can help you too. Feel the joy of movement with Voltaren.
We hope you're enjoying this summer camp game telecast presented by MasterCard. Due to time constraints, we move ahead in the action.
Kelly Jansen getting a lot of work in here over the last week after he was delayed getting to summer camp. Had coronavirus. Went through his entire family. Everybody's doing okay, but it did delay his beginning to get going again. It looks like he'll be ready to go for opening day and one last tune-up here.
You know, Kenley is glad to be back, glad to be on the mound, missed his teammates, and feeling like everything is coming along just fine. But I know today he wants to see the cutter cutting. We've also seen him throw a few two-seamers, and he's mixing in the slider. I don't think he is scared to show anybody what he's working on and what he wants perfected. When he's right, they can know what's coming.
By the way, the Dodgers will hit in the bottom of the ninth, regardless of if Jansen picks up a save here. It's the exhibition season, and we do what we want. All of us.
It's right up there with changing sides without getting 3 outs.
How many times does Scott Alexander have to get picked off for the Dodgers to hit in the bottom of the ninth? If you weren't listening last night, when the Diamondbacks had a couple innings where they just said, okay, enough. The pitch count is too high. We're not going to play this inning out. For the scoring system to work, for it to move on to the next half inning, they had to put outs in there somehow. And the way that they did it was by plugging in that Scott Alexander had been picked off 3 times. Scott, I mean, once, okay, but 3 times?
I'm still surprised he's a pinch runner.
Am I like, did I black out for a moment, or did they begin this inning with a man at first?
I think they began the inning with a man at first.
I thought you were going to say, I think you blacked out and say, no, I truly did, because
said, I should have taken it. I should have taken it.
Like I said, exhibition, we all do what we want.
Kenley wanted a man on.
And so Scott Alexander got picked off, and there he is. We'll hit for you in the bottom of the ninth if you give us a runner to have Kenley get some work in to start the top of the ninth. Having a little issue with our score bug on the screen. It's 6-4 Dodgers, 9th inning. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner at first with nobody out. Here comes Jansen's 1-2.
You have to do it like radio until it comes back.
A little bit.
Get a taste of how Jaime Jarrín used to do it.
Still does.
Yeah, but he used to do it from listening to Vince Scully.
He did.
And then translating it into Spanish.
Did you happen to see the article Bill Shaken wrote the other day about years back? The Dodgers played a game in the Bahamas during spring training. They didn't have the infrastructure there to be able to set up a radio broadcast. So Vin stayed in Vero Beach, and they pumped in fake crowd noise and made it sound like he was actually in the Bahamas. They had different cuts for different outcomes to plays, so they really got deep in it. Vin read from a book about the Bahamas to bring in some of the local culture, and they did their best to fool him.
So how did Vin know what was going on?
Was getting messages from people in the Bahamas and basically doing a recreation based on what they were telling him. They get it out at second, back to first, a double play. That's what happens when you try to mess with the baseball gods and say, we're going to put a man on.
Erase him.
Going to erase him. But Kenley says, no, go back to second. I want to continue to work with a man on.
We just can't get this guy out. Another version of the Twilight Zone of Major League Baseball.
Yeah. And of the world right now.
Going to go with one out, too.
Who knows what it is, guys?
One out, man on second.
Yeah, I think that's why our scoreboard's broken.
Yeah.
It just quit.
It's like, what are you guys doing?
Elliot Soto, the man at the plate. We think.
For fans, this is really close to what a simulated game is like. In spring training on the backfields, they will have a certain guy maybe lead off every inning, get him 18 at-bats every half inning. They might have a pitcher come in that's a big leaguer that wants to throw an inning with, and he wants to start with bases loaded and one out to create situations. So Kenley, in getting his final appearance, they have 2 outs in the stadium, but the pitcher, Kenley Jansen, has said there's only 1 out.
After that pitch, they change it to 2 outs. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs at this very second.
We'll see.
Yeah. Jansen to Soto with whatever this is. Well, while the scoreboard and the situation tries to figure itself out, I want to let you know that Elliot Soto is quite a story. He's played 11 pro seasons. And this is why we're not even going to try anymore. Soto, 11 pro years, yet to crack the major league level. But still going. He was drafted out of high school in 2007. And went to college, drafted again in 2010. Bounced from the Cubs organization to the Marlins, back to the Cubs, to the Rockies, then played for a year in the Dominican. And now getting an opportunity with the Angels. He should say, I know that's strike 3, but I'd like another chance. I'd like 4 strikes. No?